Hey everyone, and welcome to another FM Synthesis Custom Patch tutorial. In this video I'm going to show you how to program MF EP Whirly 1. So MF EP Whirly 1 is a Wurlitzer emulation. I've had quite a lot of requests for electric piano emulations on the DX7 and especially Wurlitzer ones, so I had actually programmed this one some time ago, but I've refined it over time and I've got lots of different versions of Rhodes, Wurlitzers and other DX7 sounding electric pianos as well. But this one I think is one that you guys can not only benefit from seeing how it's put together, but it's quite simple to modify as well. The other thing that's cool about it is that it's quite responsive to key velocity, so it's got a lot of dynamic character. You can hear in the lower register, it can get that nice vintage growl, and it's quite bitey in the high register as well, which is what we're familiar with on electric pianos. And I don't think those characteristics were necessarily programmed into the classic DX7 electric piano. So I went about trying to incorporate and program those particular characteristics that I like in electric pianos into a DX7 patch. The other thing is that I've also incorporated a tremolo control using the mod wheel. And this is quite a simple technique using the LFO and being able to control the speed of the amplitude LFO to give us that tremolo effect. One thing I want to point out is when I program these patches, I don't know ahead of time what the values are going to be. I go through a process of elimination and trial and error. So basically, I just follow my ear. There are some things that I know will happen based on the particular function and parameter that I'm adjusting. But in terms of the values themselves, it really is a process of trial and error. Finally, when it comes to the function programming, say like the modulation wheel or portamento and things like that, anything that's in this brown function button, any of those settings, you cannot save them per patch. So if you've done a custom patch and you've changed your function settings, that's now going to be the master setting for your keyboard performance controls for all of your patches. So if you're finding that quite annoying and you want to be able to remedy that, basically the answer is to upgrade your operating system. So there's a chip called a Special Edition Rom. You can purchase it online and it's really affordable, and there's no difficulty in swapping out the chips. There's no soldering involved. You basically just pull out the original one, put in the Special Edition Rom, and you're good to go. From that point on, you'll be able to save all of your function settings per patch, which I think is fantastic and really, really good if you're following these custom patch tutorials. Okay, so let's get into MF EP Whirly 1. Okay, so the first thing we do as always is we initialize a patch. This one uses algorithm 5. And starting with operator 1, we change the output levels. Operator 1 is 99, operator 2 is 75, operator 3 is 80, operator 4 is 60, operator 5 is 99, and operator 6 is 80. Operator 6 has the feedback loop, so that goes to 6. And now we can change the frequency settings. Operator 1 is 0.5, operator 2 is 2, operator 3 is 1, operator 4 is 0.5, and then we go to fine frequency and press +1. Operator 5 is also 0.5, and operator 6 is 0.5. Go to the detune values. Operator 1 is +2, operator 2 is +2, and operator 4 is -7. Press mode sync and go to the oscillator key sync function and turn that off. Now we go to key velocity sensitivity, and we're only going to adjust these slightly. So operator 1 is 1, operator 2 is 2, operator 3 is 5, operator 4 is 2, operator 5 is 3, and operator 6 is 2. Go to LFO speed and drop that down to 16, and this will adjust the speed of our tremolo effect when we enable it. Go over to amplitude modulation sensitivity And we're only going to affect the carriers for these values, so that will be operator 1, 3, and 5. So operator 1 is 2, operator 3 is 3, and operator 5 is 2. Now go to function and go to wheel range. We're going to push that all the way to 99 and go to wheel amp and turn that on. Now our tremolo effect is enabled when we push the modulation wheel up. And if we went back to speed, we'd be able to adjust the speed of this tremolo effect. But for now we're going to keep that at 16. So now we get to the envelope values, and for this we're going to set up our envelopes for rate programming only. So go to level, and level 1 will be 99, level 2 will be 0, level 3 0, and level 4 will be 0. We can press store and copy this to every other operator. Now we can focus on the rate values only. So starting with operator 1, rate 1 is 99, rate 2 is 30, rate 3 is 99, and rate 4 is 60. Press store and copy this to operator 2, 3, 4, and 6. Select operator 3, and we're going to change its rate 2 value from 30 down to 20. And we're going to press store and copy this to operator 5. Go to operator 4, change operator 4's rate 2 value to 0, and its rate 3 value to 0 as well. And finally go to operator 6 and change its rate 2 value to 0. Finally we go to the keyboard level scaling functions. Starting with operator 1, its breakpoint will be A2. And the right scale depth goes to 5. We can press store and copy this to operator 2. Select operator 3. Its breakpoint is C#2. Change the right key scale curve to plus linear and change the depth value to 10. Remember, that's the right scale depth value. Change that to 10. Select operator 5. Operator 5's breakpoint is C3, and go to its right scale depth and change that to 10. Finally go to operator 6. Its breakpoint is C7. Go to left key scale curve and change that to plus linear, and the left scale depth goes to 4. And that there is MF EP Whirly 1.